The customer's claim was approved months ago, but we still haven't seen the check. I always thought it was the mortgage company slowing things down, but now it's the insurer that won't sign off.
You're not wrong. Mortgage companies can cause delays, especially when they're listed on the check. But the biggest problem in storm restoration today is insurance company delays. They hold up supplements, they question scopes, and they drag their feet approving payouts.
I spend hours chasing adjusters and trying to help the homeowner get what they need. It feels like I'm more involved in the insurance process than the construction.
That's the trap. You're a contractor, not a claims rep. Your job is to complete a timely, properly executed construction project. Period. It's fine to provide documents, clarify your scope, or correct miscommunications, but you cannot take ownership of the insurance process. That's the homeowner's job, and it's a mistake to let the customer think otherwise.
But the customer keeps saying they're waiting on the insurer before they can pay me.
Then it's time to remind them who's responsible. Your contract is only with the property owner. That's who hired you. That's who owes you. Where they get their money isn't your concern. Too often, contractors let the customer believe their out of pocket cost is just the deductible. That's dangerous because if the insurer doesn't pay or changes what they agreed to pay, you're the one left holding the bag. The contract must make it crystal clear. The owner is 100% responsible for the full amount of the invoice. If the insurer drags its feet, denies a supplement, or shifts its position, that's the owner's problem to resolve. You still get paid,
It's just hard to keep the pressure on the customer when they think the insurer is in control.
which is exactly why this needs to be handled up front in the contract and in the conversations. Most people's experience with insurance is medical or auto where the provider handles the claim. They assume it works the same way in storm restoration, but it doesn't. You're not a provider, you're a contractor with a private contract, and if the homeowner thinks you're handling everything with the insurer or mortgage company, they'll stop trying to move things forward. Keep the customer in the game. Make it clear they're responsible. You'll help smooth the process, but you don't chase the check for them.
So, I shouldn't be negotiating supplements?
It's tricky when you're not a licensed public adjuster, which you're not. In Minnesota, it's illegal for a contractor to act as a public adjuster on a project the contractor is building. That means contractors cannot negotiate with the insurance company on the homeowner's behalf, assist the homeowner in preparing or filing their claim, or use marketing language that says or even suggests you'll handle the insurance process. You can explain your scope. You can revise estimates. You can send documentation. But you cannot stand in the owner's shoes and deal with the insurer as if you're their rep. So you can talk with the insurer about items that are missing on the insurer's loss statement. You might talk about the amount the insurer is willing to reimburse the homeowner for the restoration work you'll perform. You cannot try to convince the insurer that the policy requires coverage for things like code upgrades or material matching. Sometimes contractors want to build the project then supplement after the job is done. This is a risky practice. The insurer's loss statement is its offer to pay a certain amount for a specified scope of work. By starting the project before you agree that the insurer's loss statement covers everything for the right price, the contractor is accepting the insurer's offer. The insurer doesn't have to agree to any of the post-build supplements you're asking for.
That's part of the new storm law, right?
Yes, Minnesota Statute 325E.66 was revised to reinforce this. Two key requirements. One, your contract must include a good faith estimate, even if the final amount depends on the insurer. Two, you may not interpret the terms of the homeowner's policy with the homeowner or advise them regarding their coverages or duties. That means contractors cannot interpret coverage, talk about exclusions, or advise on deductibles. Don't play insurance interpreter. Let the homeowner deal with their insurer or hire a licensed adjuster if they need one.
I still run into issues when the mortgage company's on the check.
It happens, but in my experience, mortgage companies rarely hold up funds without a good reason. It usually comes down to one of two things. One, the homeowner didn't make the request properly. There are missing documents, skipped steps, or no inspection. Two, the homeowner is behind on loan payments. In those cases, the mortgage company can apply the insurance proceeds to bring the loan current. That means the customer has to find the money somewhere else. Either way, you're not the one they're dealing with. Your role is to build the project. Their role is to pay you. If they're not getting the funds released, it's still their responsibility to come up with the money to pay you.
So I can help, but I can't own the payment process?
Exactly. You can support the customer with paperwork, but you can't own their problems. You build, they pay. And if they're not paying, you need to act, not wait. As we discussed in Blog 4 and Blog 5, you need an internal process that flags unpaid balances fast enough to preserve your lien rights. The longer a debt sits, the less leverage you have. In insurance-paid jobs, depreciation money usually follows the final invoice. But if you haven't collected the ACV up front, and you're waiting on the ACV plus the depreciation, that money's probably already halfway to someone else. Squeakier wheels get paid first. And when the customer hasn't paid weeks after you've invoiced, it's usually one of two things. They don't have the money, or they're not happy with the job. Either way, you need to know and act before it's too late to do anything about it. One more thing, get money up front. The insurance company typically releases actual cash value ACV funds before any work begins. Use that to your advantage. Ask for a small down payment at contract signing to confirm the customer's commitment. Then collect enough before construction begins, when materials are delivered, to cover your material costs. Is there any ACV money left? Get it when the work is substantially complete. You're not a bank. Getting paid up front avoids payment problems later and improves your cash flow today.